Oh my god, this update is absolutely insane. No, we did not get the Rocket League ball, which is kind of sad, but we got something so much better. So with that being said, let's jump right into update 22.20. Before we come to the highlight, we have to look at other stuff, which I wouldn't say is not a highlight, but we got a bunch of new galleries finally. It has been a while since we got some galleries. All right, in total, we have 4 new prefabs and I think 6 new galleries of the cloudy condos in the game, and they're actually not that bad. Especially this one over here is, I think, my favorite. I don't think we had something like this before, where we had like an actual like VFX prop in the game, which is like kind of like that. Really cool. Overall, obviously nothing too special, too crazy stuff here, but obviously the galleries are pretty decent, and overall I think I like them a lot. Obviously compared to anything else that is in this update, this is kind of like weak, but I think finally having some new galleries which actually have some new styles is really cool. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot, we also have this hill. Kind of random. It is just this one hill, like, what? It is not even customizable. It's just a hill. I wonder how big you can scale this up. All right, so I guess this is the maximum size you can go. Pretty cool hill, I guess. Kind of random, but hey, we take it. Let's move on to the new guns in the game, and there's only one gun which was already in the game, then got taken out, and now it's back again. The Goo Gun is back. Hopefully it's official now. You can get it here. It is on the top bar here. It is also on recently added. So yeah, if you already built maps with this gun, and if you have like them in your maps and now you cannot find it anymore, it is back, and hopefully it stays now. We obviously don't confirm. I wouldn't personally be too hyped about it because I couldn't find it in the patch notes, which is never a good sign that something will stay in the game. So there's a good chance that we get removed again. But the Goo Gun is temporarily, let's say, in the game. Alright, now we come to the highlights, the devices. And no, we're not gonna go to this one over there or this one over here, which is very interesting. We have something that is already old dust from yesterday. The Melee designer finally left the open beta, so it's not longer a beta device. And it also has new options, which you can find under the speed and the jump attack, because you can now actually enable and disable them. I think a lot of people asked for this one. It's a really cool like quality of life update, really important as well. Like if you don't want these, you can now disable them or enable them depending on what you want. But that is not the highlight of this update. I'm now on a different map. I'm not on the same one I was before, because there's actually something you can now do in your islands. You can go to tools over here, and then there is event system. You can convert your map. What this will do is it will basically remove the channels from your map. So let me give you guys a quick example with this trigger over here. You can see if we open it up and we scroll down, we still have our system, channel 1, channel 2. We can do whatever we want. Same thing as usual. But now if we go to our island, we go to tools, and then we convert it. This is, by the way, available for everybody. You can convert it. And then it says, if you convert, do this, blah, blah, confirm. And now the map is converted into the event system or function system. Now if we have a look, we can see something looks a little bit different. We have these over here and these over here, and you are probably wondering, what is this? Where are my channels? How do I now trigger something? Well, you do not need channels anymore with this new system. You can convert any map into the system. Keep in mind that there's might stuff getting deleted and stuff like that. So be careful if you convert a map that already has stuff in it. I wouldn't recommend it. Do it with new maps. But this is basically a completely channel-free system, which obviously goes a lot deeper than that. But what you can basically do is link 2 devices together instead of having channels that link these 2 devices. So alright, so I'll give you guys a little example on how this works. Obviously we're going to go more in depth into a separate video. We still have a lot of other cool stuff. However, it is actually fairly simple. Obviously it looks a little bit confusing at the beginning and you still have to get used to it. But it is basically working like this. You can basically add functions here. So for example, we're going to add one and enabling the trigger. So so this trigger is disabled on the start, and we're going to press add here, and then we can select the device which is then enabling the trigger device that is here. So for example, we can go here and then we can select the trigger 1 here, which is this one over here. You need to make sure obviously that you rename them, so you can actually have like proper functions there. And now basically this one gets enabled as soon as I jump on this one. So for example, if we start the game now, all right, so you can see now that we started the game and this one is obviously disabled, nothing is happening. We can jump on here, nothing happens. This one, as you already saw, I didn't touch this one, I didn't do anything with it, but we can go on here and enable this one without ever using a single channel. which is the whole point of this entire system, which I think personally will make maps so much more advanced and people can use so much more channels now, which is absolutely insane. And this will definitely change Fortnite Creative in the long run. I think much more than a Rocket League ball, even though I wish we would got the Rocket League ball. And this whole new system, this one over here, is now called the Direct Event Binding. And you can actually, I think you cannot revert your map. So I haven't found this actually yet. So if you press the button, you can see I do not have this button on this map because I pressed it already. I don't think you can convert it back to the normal channels, which hopefully there's an option to in the future maybe. Like if you think like I just want to use channels or something and you accidentally press the button, you don't have to delete the entire map. I will definitely make a different video on this one. I think that needs a little bit more coverage. But yeah, I think it's amazing that we finally have something like this in the game, and we do not longer need channels. And let's move on to the one which I personally think is going to be the favorite for most people, and that is this little thing over here. This already looks like you can now give NPCs a path, which is exactly what you can do. It took very long that we finally get something like this where you can actually let NPCs go to a certain route, and actually not all NPCs, you can only do that with guards currently, I think. And the whole system is called the Area Control Pass Knots, and these are these things here. You can just grab them and then put them wherever you want. You can find them as with all devices in the device category, and if you place them down, nothing really happens first because you have to place multiple ones to obviously create a path. So you're just going to go here and create one yourself, and then it will link up, and then you will have also a bunch of options to change the path groups because you can have multiple groups. So for example, this one here is path 1, and then if you for example take another one over here and create a different route like this one, this one, this one, we can make this like group 2 or something. We can, for example, make this group 2, and then we have 2 different paths. And you can actually even have NPCs run from one to the other one, which is extremely cool. And these paths only work with the guard spawners. You have a new option in the guard spawner now, which group they want to run on. You can even have like change here, for example, every 10 seconds, they're going to change the path. So, and if we start the game, you can see that our NPC walks on this path, which we just created. And if we go over to this path, and if we go over to this path over here, which is obviously a start to end, where it basically stops here, we can start the game. You can see that the guard spawns here and now walks the path, it goes here, here, and then will stop at this point, and then the path is completed. And you can even send out signals when a certain node is reached, or if the patrolling has stopped. So I think this has a lot of potential, especially for like boss fights or like any kind of like NPCs, interactable or non-interactable. This is insanely huge that we can finally let them walk in certain directions, which might also will help in game testing. Definitely let me know which one is your favorite. I think for me personally, it's definitely a new channel system, but I think the control nodes are also really cool. So with that being said, see you guys in the next one, and bye.